Hello people, I'm Sky Demolisher and welcome back to part 7 of our Let's Play of Transformers War for Cybertron. This episode will be the K-On! Prison Break and we will be playing as Bumblebee as voted by you. And keeping the hat trick going, we'll do the voiceover voice. News of Zeta Prime's survival spreads quickly as Optimus assembles a squad to infiltrate the prison in K-On!, where Zeta is being kept, and free their leader from Megatron's clutches.
In an effort to save Zeta Prime, Optimus enacts a bold plan to allow himself and a few others to be captured by the Decepticons. The plan works all too well, and soon the Autobots find themselves en route to K-On!, the capital city of the Decepticons.
Prisoner transfer. For the glory of Megatron! Move it, Autobots!
I hope you know what you're doing, Optimus.
Have faith, Bumblebee, and follow my lead.
Optimus is right. We've been in tougher spots than this. Wow. Megatron has gathered quite the army, hasn't he?
It's like watching The Walking Dead, isn't it?
Data signature confirmed.
Bunch of cybernetic zombies.
Soundwave! Your prisoners have arrived!
Initiate processing.
We captured them trying to raid supplies outside of K-On!
Take them to recycling.
Move it, prisoner!
Recycling? That doesn't seem so bad.
Yeah? What
So
exactly
you get
do
to
you
see
think they're
Soundwave
recycling?
there with Laserbeak.
Move it!
What a jerk.
One of his,
Time is near.
I suppose it would be 4 core minions.
What is this place?
There was Laserbeak, Ravage, Rumble and Frenzy that we saw somewhat frequently in the show, who would later be joined with Buzzsaw and Ratbat. So I think don't show up until like
Bridge.
maybe second season.
Megatron's orbital base. Halt! Ready! Aim! Fire! You're next, Autobot. Up against the wall.
Optimus, this is all part of the plan, right?
Ready!
Optimus!
Aim! Look out!
See ya!
Optimus.
Yeah, right.
Looks like I got here just in time.
I'll say!
Thank you, Air Raid. The plan is working perfectly. By allowing ourselves to be captured, we've gained access to the prison, and now stand a much better chance of saving
So
Zeta
I spent
Prime.
that last episode talking about how he wouldn't try to, you know, like sacrifice other people. I can't exactly say this plan was the best of plans, but I mean,
Open! There! Get him!
I guess if it works, it works.
Where are they? Where? Who?
And sometimes
What is this
a good
place?
plan and a bad plan only really gets dictated to be one or the other when it succeeds or fails.
Alert! Alert! All bot prisoners have escaped custody. Shoot to kill.
See the spiders there, they remind me of I should know the name. I'm sure that even before I say it, people will be thinking the same thing that I am. Replicators from Stargate.
Ready your energy blades. You will drop down.
The escapees, they're here!
So glad of you to notice.
I'm pretty sure Bumblebee's voice actor is Johnny Yong Bosch. I believe that's how you say it. Pretty sure he was, I think, the Red Power Ranger for a time. And the voice of Vash the Stampede from one of the, well, probably one of my favourite anime shows, Trigun.
One target down, courtesy of Bumblebee.
Quickly, Autobots. Take their weapons. The Decepticon prison fields.
I've heard stories of this place, but to see it, it's horrifying.
Kind of weird making the statement when I'm not actually looking at it, but, you know. I'm sure we can all imagine the horrors of what he's talking about, which I might look at in a second.
Keep your head
I don't know.
down!
Didn't he say something about a field? This doesn't look like a field to me. Looks like a bridge. And a series of bridges. I guess you could say the Decepticons built a bridge to get over it. That is such a lame joke. Let's just say I've spent my day driving a trailer, or driving trailers I should say, of organic matter over to a burn-off. And although I've been doing this, well, doing that for about 2 weeks, I've damaged one of my shoulders and my back.
Drilled and spilled.
So everything is sort of processing very slowly, and I'm tired. I probably sound tired.
One less Decepticon to worry.
And then before I even started this, I had issues with OBS. It just refused to start, or it would tell me it's running when it wasn't running.
Locked and loaded.
And like, at least I did a test this time. I didn't, you know, I've learnt my lesson since earlier that I need to do tests of my recordings, not just jump straight into it and hope for the best.
Pulling weapons!
Just downed another one.
I'm really sort of hoping that there's
One shot, one broken Decepticon.
other weapons that I can pinch. So, not that I have a problem with, you know, this kind of rifle. It's just I prefer having like a single shot sniper rifle, or sniper type rifle I should say, and like a semi-automatic or automatic weapon. I mean, this thing is good for blowing off a couple heads and stuff, but the whole triple shot thing I find really annoying. Did I? Oh, I'm guessing that sideswipe saying his weapons need to cool off. It's like a Cyclops. I don't actually think it is a Cyclops. But I suppose you never really know, do you? With facial visors.
The crawler's main servos still function. Now that it's been disarmed, we can use it for
No.
transport.
already said that I would like to have another weapon. Undoubtedly, when watching this back, there'll be like another weapon just sitting somewhere within my view that I have completely missed. And you're all laughing at me because, well, even though I'm wearing my glasses, I'm still very blind. Even though without my glasses, I'm not actually that blind. Well, I kind of am, I mean. Everything. Ooh. No, I don't like plasma cannons. Not really big on shock. Oh no.
Look at this.
I just saw the weapon that I wanted.
Megatron. I knew you couldn't resist rescuing Zeta Prime, which is why I orchestrated the entire thing. Zeta contacting you, your capture, all of it, all to bring you before me. Welcome to your defeat.
Megatron's not messing around.
Yeah? Neither are we.
Oh,
Watch out.
open up! I want that gun.
I downed another one.
Yeah. I have to admit, Megatron doing that whole
That guy looks like a Sith.
floating head thing kind of reminds me of Unicron. You know that. Ooh. You gotta wonder, can he actually see? Yeah, I don't think so. But
Revenge for what happened so long ago? Don't flatter yourself, Optimus. What I do, I
wonder if the small ones talk.
Cybertron.
They do.
My orbital station's Energon bridge is back online, allowing me to create an infinite supply of dark energon.
All hail the almighty head.
Our planet to its former glory. At what cost, Megatron? At any cost.
Anyway, I was saying about Unicron before he so rudely interrupted me. Oh no. Replicators. And then these guys interrupted me. I'd have to admit, just use your hand-to-hand combat in this.
Your war is destroying the
You-
very planet you want to save.
You save ammo,
War, Optimus.
and you probably do more damage to them that way. But yes,
Just hang on to this.
Primes have fallen, and yet you continue to resist the inevitable. You have the power to end this conflict right now with one simple choice. Take your Autobots and leave Cybertron.
I guess you could say
or stay
he's got the touch.
and face complete annihilation.
That joke reference will probably only work if you know the film.
We will stay. We will fight. And we will win.
Yes,
As if.
not that you actually saw Unicron's head, sort of thing, when he first,
Second.
met Megatron and the I summoned you here for a purpose, and then you get the nobody summons Megatron. Then it pleases me to be the first. I really can't do Orson Welles' voice. And if you didn't know, Orson Welles is the voice of Unicron in the film. It's like the last film credit he has, or one of the last, but I'm pretty sure it's the last. And he didn't particularly like it. Like, he thought it was stupid. Funnily enough, Leonard Nimoy was also in Transformers the movie as the voice of Galvatron. He didn't continue to be the voice of Galvatron afterwards, as far as I'm aware.
To join air raid and the thousands of other Autobot fools
Yeah.
as our prisoners. Permanently.
It certainly has that feeling of almighty power that Unicron had.
What just happened?
That That lousy bucket of bolts cheated, that's what.
Megatron teleported us directly into a prison cell.
The Autobots are secured. Escape is impossible.
Enjoy your stay, Autobots! Rest in peace! They took our guns.
And
Again.
funnily enough,
Anybody
Rust
got
in
any
Peace
ideas?
was actually one of the comic book,
Energy emanations
um,
from that wall.
No offense.
I think like graphic novel
I don't see how that's going.
titles.
Well then, Sideswipe. Watch and learn.
At least I think it was. I'm sure it was.
Whoa!
So one of the weird things about my brain is that it constantly remembers very odd facts about very random things.
These cells are hard-locked.
Unfortunately, it doesn't
Can you jump
work
through the wall
all the
again?
time. Sometimes I just have memories of stuff that I'm not entirely sure are actually correct memories of anything at all.
Recharge.
There's gotta be a way to
But I'm pretty sure that's right. I'm pretty sure there was a Rust in Peace
When
comic
we
book
find
series.
him, we find our answer. Your freedom is near, my brothers. Be patient.
At the end of the day, I mean, would you want to be broken out of prison if you didn't have weapons to protect yourselves? I'd like to say that was me, but that wasn't me that shot them.
Take out those sentries.
Good fingers.
Unauthorized
I was about to
access
make a
units
reference to,
Reinforcements inbound.
I think it was called Human Traffic. There's like a... Well, that doesn't look like enemy reinforcements to me. What I turned away from looked like enemy reinforcements to me. Oh no. Waffle, 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 and what happens when you waffle? You get shot.
Last one for me!
Yeah, I'm ready now.
Yeah! Go get him, Optimus!
Brutes.
Oh yeah.
Flank up from behind.
I had a very slow moment there. I was like, where's the other weapon that I wanted to get rid of? Got taken from me when I got put in that cell. Oh, I was not observant there. Actually, that might hit us. Oh no. Okay. Now, can you not say that was a masterful stroke, even though that was a massive mistake? And completely
Target down.
not
Courtesy of
intended.
Bumblebee.
But I tell you what, if I did that in reality, man, that would show how good I am, wouldn't it? Yeah, no. I'm a master of these games. Except I'm not. He looks like one of those, I don't know, was it Bat? Matt? G.I. Joe, like, Cobra Trooper thing that was, like, cybernetic. I didn't actually watch G.I. Joe as a kid. I just had G.I. Joes.
Autobot detected.
Oh no.
Hey, Autobot.
There we go.
Looks like we got them all.
I mean, they did pretty well in building a prison, didn't they? I mean, it looks
This way, Autobots.
dingy and dark and
Let's see him mess with
miserable. I mean, don't you love that? Like, It's even blended into his yellow colours. But that cannon is like the same size that he is. In all reality, he should be off balance.
What is this?
Or at least I assume he would. Unless it's like those smart guns in Aliens. But those had rigs.
Right.
The Decepticons.
What I didn't know until I played Aliens Colonial Marines, that those smart guns actually like track and move themselves, or they had like an automatic guiding. Never knew that. It's really sad that that game was not as good as what it could have been. And of course, more recently,
Look, there's air raid in that cell up ahead.
really Bumblebee.
When you guys were gonna show
I
up.
mean, that looked
Took
kind
the
of
extended
obvious.
tour. Saw the sights, blasted some bad guys. The
Glitches.
usual.
Don't get too cocky. I suspect we aren't alone.
Hey, what was that?
Like, you'd have to wonder, like, if we have Autobot cloakers, which we saw in the Decepticon campaign, which happened before this, why do they seem surprised that the Decepticons also have cloakers? Anyway, as I was saying, Colonial Marines. I believe it was earlier this year. People that were working on the PC version of it, or should I say trying to fix the PC version of it, fans of it, discovered that there was a spelling mistake in the coding. I believe that the word it was meant to be is tether, Tether. I should know this. Pretty sure that's the right spelling. In one of the coding lines, it was spelt Teather. I'm pretty sure that's right. So instead of being tether, it was tether. And they think that because of that single mistake in the coding, it actually dumbed down the AI too much, and that's why the game was in some ways not as good as what it was. I mean, obviously they dumbed it down pretty badly between the initial look at how awesome this is that they showed it, I think it was E3, and then it came out and it was nowhere near that interesting. I still think it was a good story. Unfortunately for me, like, my brother, who had been living in Japan with his family, had like an Aliens game that was released for, I think it was the DS. So my nephew had played that, and basically the story of this DS game is exactly the same as what they had for Aliens Colonial Marines. Yeah, well, I mean, I already shot him in the head at that point. Yeah. Cheers for helping, Optimus. A for effort. But certainly not O for awesome. Reference that I think Kiwis will get, but maybe not anyone else. Boxing legend David Tour on, I think it was Wheel of Fortune in New Zealand. I'm sure it was called Wheel of Fortune. This is like 20 years ago. Pick a letter, and he's like, O for awesome. And ever since that point, it's been within our cultural references. The thing is that, like, I'm not actually picking up their shimmers properly, so those last couple ones that got shot, Yeah. Unexpected. Obviously there's some more here. And more replicators. Look how quickly they chew up your alpha. And they're vicious little things, these bugs. I love how short work this massive cannon
for us, are they?
Roger
makes
that,
of.
bro.
Bro? Are you serious?
Well, I can't just call you B all the time. That'd get boring. Hey, Sideswipe.
Amusingly, some people call me B. If you didn't know, my real name is Bernard, or Bernard. I don't actually particularly like people calling me B. Much like I don't particularly like people calling me Bernie either. But in like both cases, that's because they have links to other things. I was gonna be honest here, I don't actually know what I'm doing. I assume we're going back outside somewhere. And I'm hoping that walking these tunnels will get me to where I'm going. This is like the last episode where or was it the episode before where I was talking about, as a male, I don't need a map. I know exactly where I'm going. Or as Gandalf would say,
Lead the way, Aaron.
a wizard is never late, Frodo Baggins. He arrives precisely when he means to. I'd be a wizard if I could be a wizard. I can't be a wizard. But if I could be a wizard, I would be a wizard.
You know where you're going, Air Raid?
Feel free to venture out on your own, Sideswipe. No one will miss you.
Just asking.
The control room is just up ahead.
Uh-huh. It's kind of funny, these, like, I think this existed after ODST, but these are what ODST drop pods actually look like in Halo. Or at least the Mega Bloks ones. I used to collect a lot of Mega Bloks. It was like Lego, but cheaper. And more articulated. It's really good, man. I can't remember where the... oh, actually I think it's an aliens thing. Short controlled bursts. Oh, that's... yeah, short controlled bursts won't work on that. Well, that was unintended. I can get behind me. That's twice now. Too close. It's over, Prime. Complete whiff. I like that they come with hammers though. In the 40k universe they'd be thunder hammers, but this isn't the 40k universe. I do actually have a game in the 40k universe. Well, I have several actually, but there's one I could do a let's play of later. Space Marine.
Freedom restored. Diversion created.
Yeah, look at him go!
But think about it. So many of them are probably going to die They don't have
That
weapons.
should get their attention.
Showed a hangar bay nearby. We can use their own dropships to help the prisoners escape.
Hail, Prime!
Hail Prime!
We must escort our brothers. We can follow them to the side hangars.
What's the time?
Incoming!
Keep moving! We've got you covered!
Eat this son of
One shot, one broken Decepticon!
Weapons overheated!
Consider that good luck!
Pretty sure I just shot you right there. Out of ammo. At least he just stood around. Ooh, overshield.
This'll do nicely.
I would say memorize where I went to get that yourself, but it's not like I could memorize where I just went, where I came from. Where'd you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from? Got an eye joke.
Decepticon ground vehicles! As if!
Oh, he does it.
One less Decepticon to worry about.
I spend so little time in vehicle mode that I tend to forget some of the controls. I love his vehicle mode in this, so. Oh no, they did manage to catch him. Only just. Must have been at the edge of the shockwave there. Actually, I don't... But, you know, saying shockwave, I don't think we get to see shockwave in this game. We do see him in the next one. As far as I remember, we don't actually get to play as him. Although in the multiplayer you did have the option of creating robots from Shockwave. I'm pretty sure in this one you did as well, but only in multiplayer. Sort of like a an offshoot of the Scientist. Ample shouting there. A la Rambo mode.
Air aid. Make sure the prisoners get out safely. Then escort them back to... We'll meet you there.
What about you?
We're not leaving without Zeta Prime.
Never leave a man behind.
Now, let's get who we came for. This wall crawler should carry us to the lower levels.
To be honest, I can't remember what I'm meant to be shooting here. Oh, obviously shoot the turrets. That's it. Turret's gone. I guess, yep, shoot the arms. I have sneaking suspicions here. Oh no. Yeah, there are. There are 4 guns, so one will always be unmanned. You can't shoot there until these turrets are gone. Oh. Nope. Nothing to shoot there now. Slowly does it. Slowly does it. Oh.
It's the big finale.
Just watch me.
I guess I have to get out. Yep. But before I do,
Interfacing now.
we shall take one with us. Because you never know when a big gun is going to come in handy.
Take cover.
Kind of odd though, isn't it, considering that, like, the arm weapon that guy has is a missile launcher, and yet they're launching it from missile pods on the shoulders. Where you go? I wonder if we can push him off the edge. The answer is no. Only do that in video games. Never do that in real life. It is never wise to do the, I wonder if I can push this person off a cliff thing in real life. You might kill them. There's not really an excuse for why you killed someone. I wanted to see what happened. What do you mean you wanted to see what happened? What do you think was going to happen? I don't know. Something. Then again, I guess this is kind of like that shooting yourself thing, isn't it? It's like a Murphy's Law. If you have a BB gun, you're unlikely is not the word I want. You are likely, or undoubtedly, going to shoot yourself with the BB gun just to find out how painful it is. And even if you've done it with, like, a BB gun you own, if somebody gives you another BB gun that you don't own, for some reason the human brain is like, I wonder what it feels like if I shoot myself with this. So you shoot yourself with it. And it hurts. At what point does it not compute that shooting yourself with something is going to hurt? And yet we keep doing it anyway. Or is that just me? I mean, I've done it a lot. I have a lot of friends that have done it a lot. Maybe this just points out that I'm an unstable human being. And that in my life I have congregated with other unstable human beings. I feel like this is where, you know, some people go off to have like an existential crisis of, oh my god, who am I? What am I? What am I doing here? In my case, I am Sky Demolisher. I am probably a human being playing a video game to put a video on YouTube. Why do I say probably a human being? Because one day when I was really, really tired in the very, very wee hours of the morning going into my course, I suddenly had the thought, What if I am an aeroplane that thinks it is a human? And for the rest of that day, I was utterly paranoid about the fact that I might indeed be an aeroplane that thinks it's a human. I guess really, at the end of the day, what we are is sort of like a congregation of sausages that pilots a bone and flesh vessel made up of parts of the universe through the universe. I know, some of you are probably sitting there with your minds blown right now. Oh my god. The rest of you are probably just sitting there going, what the hell is this guy on about? Honestly, what? What was that? Who has thoughts like that? In itself, that's a very valid point. Who does have thoughts like that? They're pretty bloody crazy, isn't it? But then again, they do make those comments about how, you know, insane people know that they're insane. Insane people just think they're not insane. Something like that.
We made it!
Are you coming? Or are you just going to stand out there and say, we made it? I mean, they kind of look like they're in the process of, they're going to move, but they're not moving. And Prime is obviously like somewhat hovering above the ground. Don't touch me. Bumblebee, you're being weird. Then again, man, who wouldn't? So I know there's going to be a cutscene. So if they get out of the way. That's Zeta. For you adults, you're probably thinking this is some weird kinky bondage thing. I'm probably going to end up age restricted now because I've just said kinky bondage thing.
Optimus, look! It's Zeta Prime!
Optimus? Is that you?
A wicked ass sound system, man. So why are you shooting it? Where are this interested? Oh, it's you. Sonic Cannon.
Eject. Operation Annihilation.
Time to dance, Autobot!
Focus your fire on the little one.
Hey, who are you calling little? And I thought I was small.
Ah, Frenzy. One of two little psychopaths that come out of Soundwave's chest. Don't heal him. I'm trying to kill him. That's cheating! Actually, not cheating, but... I mean, if I had little minions, I'd do the same. I'd try to save them. I mean, I played, Where was it?
Hey,
Oh, right.
look! Someone has to leave the shield to help us run!
Who's your daddy? Yeah, don't do that. That's just creepy. I need ammo. Oh, there it is. Gimme! I'll swap weapons over, you might get a better look at it. Yeah, look. Isn't he cute? Ah, you little cute bugger. I know you want to murder me. I know you want to murder me. But aren't you just adorable? I'll gut you like a fish.
Now's our chance! Get him!
Where's it? Run!
Activate defense sentries.
Run, run, just as fast as you can. You can't catch me, I'm the ginger-haired man. I do that a lot. See, I'm of the belief that the gingerbread man actually started out as a ginger-haired man. I won't elaborate further on that because, well, I just said I'd probably get age restricted for one of the comments I made before.
Operation disorientation.
Get ready to crumble before rumble!
Oh, these
Oh.
little guys are so annoying!
First we crack the
Then we
shell,
crack the nuts
then we
inside.
crack the nuts inside.
That's from the film. You always kind of wish that he would do the, if on Decepticon turf you happen to tumble, look out, robot, here comes Rumble. Look, Rumble really seems to have the look, you know, because although Rumble and Frenzy had hands and guns and stuff that they could use, I think they were both better known for their pile drivers. And this one actually has pile driver arms.
He's off the platform! Now's our chance!
Oh no. I didn't even think I was that close. Oh god. Maybe I was too close. At least you got caught up in the end. Reload! Dom! It was always one of the things that sort of annoyed me in Gears of War. That perfect reload thing.
Now, fire at Soundwave.
Rumble return.
Back inside the shield. Sort of sucks, eh? He's only like, I don't know, halfway to dead.
Defense sentries.
I guess that might actually be closer to 2/3. I'm guessing that... So I can't remember who it is in this, but I'm guessing that the next one we're going to see is Laserbeak. At least I would say it's Laserbeak. Yep.
Eject.
Dive
Operation
bomb.
dive bomb.
This is probably the one that actually kept its Cybertronian mode closest to its actual Cybertronian mode.
Now's our chance! Get him!
Yeah. I really need to find some health. Ooh, I really need to find some health. Excuse me. Let's hide behind the pillar. Wow. Try as you might. Whoops.
He's off the platform. Now's our chance.
Down you go!
Soundwave, take this. Hold on, Zeta. We'll get you.
A noble sentiment, Optimus. But I'm afraid I'm dead already.
Zeta, let's bring him home. High Council, I return with a fallen hero.
Till all are one.
Times have grown desperate. The Autobots crave your guidance.
The Council exists only to choose the Primes. It is the Primes' directive to lead and protect.
There are no primes.
Even now, you still reject your calling? For too long have we watched the other Primes fall to their pride and greed. But you, Optimus, your courage and wisdom have transformed the lives around you. Megatron has infected the very core of our world. You must journey to the core and remove this blight. Failure would doom us all.
I will accept the burden with all that I am.
Rise, Optimus Prime. For you are the leader of the Autobots. You are the last Prime.
And so ends part 7 of our Transformers Let's Play of War for Cybertron. The next episode will be To the Core, and the options will be Optimus Prime, for he is now a Prime, Ironhide, or Warpath. So those are your choices: Optimus Prime, Ironhide, and Warpath. I'm not going to do Warpath voice. Actually, admittedly, he was pretty funny in the show, that BAM! Shazam! Kablow! And then again, he kind of came across as like a psychopath. So, the choices will be up on Facebook and Twitter for you to choose. And I hope that you enjoyed this episode that we've just finished. Please like and subscribe. Perhaps share it with your friends if you think they'll like it too. And until next time, take care of yourselves. Bye.